Hey everyone, this is Rascal, and welcome to part 21 of the LP of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Towards you before in the grove. It was wrong of me.
Well, you were corrupt by the dark side, Johnny. It's okay. Don't worry.
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
And in the Jedi Council, don't forget that.
It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only
Maybe
hope
then we
that
shouldn't forgive you. I don't know.
Together, I will succeed. How may? What is it you would? How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
We asked, didn't we?
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
Where did you live?
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had.
Well,
so
I hope
not
so.
To be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children. Yes.
Maybe
yes,
not. Who knows?
When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored. They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew
so this must have been the moment of the Mandalorian Wars.
I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference as the Jedi War. The foolish delusions of a child, but this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came. Although, perhaps I was not entirely ready for it. Or not completely suited to the task.
Oh, I'm impressed they took you
Otherwise
since
I
a
would
child.
not have fallen.
Who
But
knows
thanks
how old
to
you
you,
must have been to
I have
at
been
least get
redeemed.
credits and
Perhaps
find
I may yet
transportation.
live to see that dream of mine come true.
Sorry.
Come, there is much we should do. Let us not
Yeah.
waste time talking.
There's not much
Action.
happening in this part but talking. Oh, we do get to the next planet. Don't worry about that. But I am showing off everything about the characters.
Yes, what's on your... Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I
You've
guess I just
always
don't
been
like being
quiet,
left out of the
actually.
loop. Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one
what do
thing,
you want me
I
to
wanna know
answer
what the
you,
Jedi
Carf?
Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it. I'm rather curious to know what went on and why they didn't keep you on Dantooine for training. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you?
They said the bond between me and Bastila is
What
strong.
kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte
I don't blame you.
Padawan who's been
Anyone
saddled
would.
with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
What do you want me to tell you, Carf? Even I'm kind of questioning all of this.
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again. Now, we're
I'm
gonna
not
see about
Saul.
that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
We're trying, Carf, but you're not helping our situation either. And why are we
Yes,
walking
what's in
into you suddenly?
You got it.
I was hoping you would talk a little more.
How can I?
What about you, Bessa? Oh!
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies
Oh,
ahead
for a
us.
love of God,
It
we know what to
seems
do.
fate or the Force is driving us into a confrontation with
Or
the
both,
Dark Lord.
you know.
You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Is it true that you killed Dark
True that due
Revan?
to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi Strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
That's not what I heard.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still
Now,
unboarded. It was his desire to
This
get
is
us
seen
and
in the
his master
cutscene
back.
of those dreams,
Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it
but
exploded.
also, when the loading screen pops up, or
As I said,
the loading
we
screen
were there
mostly,
to capture Revan
it will
alive.
state
The
things
Jedi do
from
not
the
believe in
past
killing
and during the
prisoners.
game,
No
you
one
know.
deserves
The
execution,
Mandalorian
no
Wars
matter
ended
what
2 years ago, and
Remember,
now
Revan
we're
and
facing a
Malak were once
Sith.
great Jedi, heroes
A new
in
threat, the
every
Sith
sense
War,
of
and things
the
like that.
word. They
One of them
demonstrated the
is
danger of the dark side to us all.
Bassa aboard,
I'm sorry,
but
we really
Malak
shouldn't speak of this
shot
anymore.
upon his
The memory of my
master's
confrontation
ship
with
and
Revan
decided
is
to kill him.
painful.
You know, it's
Let's
like,
return to
the
the
hell,
instructions.
you're spoiling it. All this time we're told Bassa's the one who killed him. Ooh, Tatooine. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first planet we are doing. You know why? Because I'm a sadistic little bastard. In my own opinion, Tatooine is the hardest planet in this game. Because it's just there. And it's like, okay, it's nice that you're showing off a nice little reference to all the movies too, but there's nothing of interest. Like, we've seen this in the movies, don't show it. Like, I like the idea of Kashyyyk. We've rarely seen Kashyyyk in any type of format besides comic books. Or Manan and Korriban. Same thing with those, probably mostly with Korriban. Books and comics, and mentioned, I think, in a few other games, but that's it.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
How the hell is that even possible? Most machines only stop at 100.
And her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
Ah.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak, he served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak.
What? Oh, dear God, KotOR is alive.
KotOR, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
No kidding.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Especially
KotOR
with us
agreed
there.
to help
I would have doubled.
capture the young
I would have made
Bastila for a
triple
very
sure you were
hefty
dead. I would have shot you in the chest, shot you in the head, and shot you in the groin.
price. His
Yes, I'm a
reputation
sadistic
as
little
bounty
bastard that way.
hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Callow. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are
What?
not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Kallo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Why would he be interested in the other companions? He's only interested in Bastila. Karth is like, okay, he's a war hero, so he might cause some problems. Ah. Since we're at Tatooine, we finally get the dream sequence. A lush green area on Tatooine? The hell? I thought Tatooine was nothing but howling deserts. Interesting little note there. Well, okay, I'm going to spoil this for most people. According to the history of Star Wars, the Infinite Empire was the one who created the Star Forge and the star maps, just in case. What they did was that they sometimes terraformed a new planet, or they decimated most of the planet and made it become into a new planet. Tatooine was supposedly a lush green planet similar to Earth, and they just completely turned it into a desert.
It's surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
Something like in the cave.
Perhaps, though that would have been tens of thousands of years in the past. Now there's nothing but the howling emptiness of the Dune Sea. The star map would likely have to be within some kind
When I was a
of
kid, I never heard
protected
Dune
against dust and
properly.
sandstorms.
I always heard Doom
I
Sea. I'm like,
suspect there are many
that's
such
kind of
caves and
cliche,
caverns
George
hidden in the
Lucas.
sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help? Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I
How'd
was
you become a
founded
Jedi?
strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Why?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions.
If you're a Star Wars nerd, you know why. It's just that,
Anger and hate.
you know, as a
Even love can
player,
lead to
first-time player, you're like, why? Aren't you allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't
It
sound
can
very
be a hard
convinced.
lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time. I was not on good terms with my
Well,
mother.
there's only one other
I was
member,
only a little
or
girl
unless she
when I
had
left, but I
sisters
was old
or
enough to
brothers.
resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Well, any parent would be
The child is too
technically
young to
heartbroken.
understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
Wow. You sound like a drone.
Even a Jedi
I don't know if I
always
could
control
ever
the
do
feelings
this.
of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others.
No
I do
kidding.
not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry I poked and
Yes,
prod.
what's in your... You got it.
You would think Karf would be pissed at us, you know, for doing that, and you wouldn't be able to talk to him for a while. That would have been pretty good game mechanic right there. What do you mean something's not right, Zalbar? Oh. Great. Food's missing.
How may I... What is it you... I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Why? What's wrong?
I have been thinking about myself, about KotOR, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it.
Well, don't worry. We'll beat it. Yeah, obviously you could tell what would be the dark side options.
Time to
But
distance
the odd
myself
thing is
from
that
my
during
anger.
these talks with these characters,
I think that is why
you
the
don't get
council
light side or
agreed to
dark
send me
side
with
points.
you.
You just, you
They
know,
think perhaps that
you
in
could be
your
a jerk
company,
to them or
I
you
will
could be
able to
nice.
free myself from it.
If I see you begin to slip back, I will intervene.
I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
Thank you. So, now that we're on Tatooine, but first Zalbar's told us about something.
Yeah,
Nurse, anything? No? Oh.
You're tr-
Alright. No. Oh, wait, I did... So Zalbar told us something's been in the emergency flute supplies. Half-eaten foods, torn packages. Okay, so it ain't pests, it's actually a being. So one of our companions, maybe? Oh, we hear footsteps behind us. When we stop to listen, they disappear. So yes, actually this is not something special. It's actually our little missing stowaway. The little girl that someone mentioned, that Twi'lek mentioned on Dantooine, that's what's been on the ship. So join me next time as we find Sasha, bring her back, and start to explore Tatooine. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day or night.